Marcus Hartwell stood by the big window in his apartment. The window went from the floor to the ceiling. He could see all of New York City below him. The cars looked like tiny toys. The people looked like ants walking on the sidewalks. Marcus lived on the top floor of one of the tallest buildings in Manhattan. His apartment cost more money than most people would make in their whole lives. But Marcus was not happy. He looked at his watch. It was 7:30 in the morning. He turned around and walked to the kitchen. His daughter Emma sat at the big marble table. The table was so shiny that Marcus could see his face in it. Emma was 8 years old. She had long brown hair like her mother used to have. She wore a blue dress that cost $300. Her shoes were made in Italy and cost more than most people's rent. Emma picked at her breakfast. The chef had made her favorite pancakes. They had fresh strawberries and real maple syrup. But Emma only ate 2 small bites. She pushed the food around on her plate with her fork. She did not look at her father. She did not talk. Marcus watched his daughter. His heart felt heavy. Emma used to be a happy child. She used to laugh and run around the apartment. She used to ask him a million questions every day. But that was before her mother died, before their world fell apart. Emma's mother had died in a car accident 2 years ago. Since then, Emma had become quiet. She did not play with toys anymore. She did not ask questions. She barely talked to anyone. Marcus had tried everything he could think of. He bought her new toys every week. He hired the best doctors in the city. He took her to fancy restaurants and Broadway shows. Nothing worked. The chef came into the dining room. His name was Pierre. He came from France and had worked in the best restaurants in the world. Marcus paid him more money in 1 month than most people made in a year. "Mr. Hartwell," Pierre said in his thick French accent. "The little one, she does not eat again today. Maybe she would like something different. I can make anything she wants." Marcus looked at Emma. She was still pushing her food around. She had not even looked up when Pierre spoke. "Thank you, Pierre," Marcus said. "Just leave it for now." Pierre nodded and went back to the kitchen. Marcus sat down across from Emma. The table was so big that she seemed very far away. Even though they were in the same room, she felt like she was on another planet. "Emma," Marcus said softly, "how are you feeling today?" Emma shrugged her shoulders. She did not look at him. "Do you want to do something fun today?" Marcus asked. "We could go to the zoo, or maybe the museum. You used to love the dinosaurs at the museum." Emma shook her head. She put down her fork and got up from the table. "Where are you going?" Marcus asked. "To my room," Emma said. Her voice was so quiet that Marcus could barely hear her. Marcus watched his daughter walk away. Her footsteps made no sound on the expensive marble floors. Everything in their apartment was expensive. The furniture came from Italy. The paintings on the walls were worth millions of dollars. The rugs were made by hand and took years to make. But none of it mattered. None of it could bring back Emma's smile. Marcus's phone rang. He looked at the screen. It was his assistant, Jennifer. She called him every morning at 8 o'clock to tell him about his day. "Good morning, Mr. Hartwell," Jennifer said. "I have some bad news about Emma's tutor." Marcus felt his stomach drop. Emma had been working with a tutor named Mrs. Peterson for the past 3 months. Mrs. Peterson had degrees from the best schools. She spoke 4 languages. She had taught the children of presidents and movie stars. Marcus paid her $500 an hour. "What happened?" Marcus asked. "Mrs. Peterson called this morning," Jennifer said. "She said she cannot work with Emma anymore." "She said Emma is too difficult," Marcus felt angry. How could a grown woman not be able to handle an 8-year-old girl? Emma was not difficult. She was sad. She was hurt. She needed someone who understood that. Did she say why? Marcus asked. She said Emma does not pay attention in class. She said Emma does not do her homework. She said Emma just sits and stares out the window. Marcus rubbed his forehead. He was getting a headache. This was the 4th tutor who had quit in 6 months. Before Mrs. Peterson there was Mr. Williams, before him there was Miss Chen, before her there was Mrs. Rodriguez. They all said the same thing. Emma was too difficult. Emma did not try hard enough. Emma was not a good student, but Marcus knew the truth. Emma was very smart. Before her mother died, she had been at the top of her class. She could read books that were meant for kids much older than her. She could do math problems in her head. She loved to learn new things. The problem was not that Emma was not smart. The problem was that Emma was broken inside. and Marcus did not know how to fix her. What should I do? Marcus asked Jennifer. I can start looking for a new tutor, Jennifer said. There is a woman who taught the children of the British royal family. She might be available. Marcus thought about this. Another expensive tutor. Another person who would look at Emma like she was a problem to be solved. Another person who would quit when they realized that money could not fix everything. Let me think about it, Marcus said. I will call you back. Marcus hung up the phone. He walked to Emma's room. The door was closed. He knocked softly. Emma, can I come in? There was no answer. Marcus opened the door slowly. Emma was sitting on her bed. She was looking out the window. Her room was like a princess's room. She had a bed that looked like it belonged in a castle. She had shelves full of books and toys. She had a computer and a television. She had everything a child could want. But Emma did not play with any of it. She just sat and looked out the window. Marcus sat down on the bed next to his daughter. He did not know what to say. He was good at talking to business partners. He was good at making deals worth millions of dollars. He was good at running a company with thousands of workers. But he did not know how to talk to his own daughter. I'm sorry about Mrs. Peterson, Marcus said. Emma did not answer. We will find someone new, Marcus said. Someone better. Emma finally looked at him. Her eyes were the same green color as her mother's eyes, but they looked so sad. I don't want another tutor, Emma said. You have to learn, Marcus said. Education is important. Why? Emma asked. Marcus did not know how to answer that question. Why was education important? So Emma could get a good job someday. She would never need to work. Marcus had enough money to take care of her for the rest of her life. So she could go to a good college? Marcus could buy her way into any college in the world. Because, Marcus said. It just is. Emma looked back out the window. Marcus knew that was not a good answer. But it was the only answer he had. Marcus left Emma's room and went to his office. His office was bigger than most people's apartments. He had 3 computers and 4 phones. He had a view of Central Park. He could see people walking their dogs and children playing on the playground. Marcus thought about Emma. 2 years ago, she would have been one of those children on the playground. She would have been running and laughing with other kids. Now she just sat in her room and looked out the window. Marcus had all the money in the world. He could buy anything he wanted. He could go anywhere he wanted. He could do anything he wanted. But he could not make his daughter happy. He could not bring back her mother. He could not fix what was broken. For the first time in his life, Marcus felt truly poor. 3 days passed. Emma did not leave her room except to eat. She ate very little. Marcus tried to talk to her, but she only gave him short answers. Yes, no, I don't know. Marcus felt like he was losing his daughter more each day. On Thursday morning, Marcus sat in his office. He was supposed to be working on a big business deal. The deal would make him even more money. But he could not think about work. He could only think about Emma. Jennifer called him at 10 o'clock. Mr. Hartwell, she said, I found 3 new tutors. They all have excellent backgrounds. One of them taught at Harvard University. Marcus felt tired just thinking about it. Another tutor. Another person who would not understand Emma. Another person who would quit after a few weeks. I don't know, Jennifer, Marcus said. Maybe we should try something different. What do you mean? Jennifer asked. I don't know, Marcus said. Something that is not so formal. Someone who is not so expensive. Jennifer was quiet for a moment. Marcus knew she was surprised. He always wanted the best and most expensive everything. Well, Jennifer said slowly, there is one other option. My sister knows someone who might help. Tell me about them, Marcus said. Her name is Sophia Morales. She teaches at a public school in Queens. She also tutors children on weekends. But Mr. Hartwell, she is not like the other tutors we have hired. What do you mean? Marcus asked. She is young. She is only 26 years old. She does not have a degree from a fancy school. And she is an immigrant. She came from Guatemala when she was 10 years old. Marcus thought about this. He had never hired anyone like that before. All of Emma's tutors had been older. They had all gone to the best schools. They had all been born in America. What makes your sister think she could help Emma? Marcus asked. Sophia works with children who have special needs, Jennifer said. Children who are sad or angry or scared. My sister says Sophia is very good at helping these children. She says Sophia has a gift. Marcus was quiet. He did not know if he believed in gifts. He believed in hard work and good education and money, but nothing he had tried was working. "Can I meet her?" Marcus asked. "I can call her," Jennifer said, "but I should warn you. She might say no. She does not usually work with wealthy families." "Why not?" Marcus asked. "I think she believes rich people only care about grades and test scores. She cares more about helping children feel better." Marcus understood this. Every tutor he had hired did care only about grades. They wanted Emma to learn math and science and history. They did not care that Emma was sad. "Call her," Marcus said. "Tell her I will pay her whatever she wants." "I don't think money will convince her," Jennifer said. "But I will try." Jennifer called back 2 hours later. "Sophia said she will meet with you," Jennifer said. "But she has some conditions." "What conditions?" Marcus asked. "She wants to meet Emma first, without you in the room. She wants to talk to Emma alone for 30 minutes. Then she will decide if she can help." Marcus did not like this. He did not like strangers being alone with his daughter. But he was running out of options. "Okay," Marcus said. "When can she come?" "Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, Jennifer said. The next day, Marcus was very nervous. He changed his clothes 3 times. He wanted to look like a normal father, not like a rich businessman. He put on jeans and a regular shirt. But even his jeans cost more than most people made in a week. At exactly 2 o'clock, the doorman called. Sophia Morales was downstairs. Marcus told him to send her up. Marcus waited by the elevator. When the doors opened, he was surprised. Sophia was much younger than he expected. She was small and had long black hair. She wore a simple dress and flat shoes. She carried a worn backpack instead of an expensive briefcase. "Mr. Hartwell?" Sophia said. She had a slight accent, but her English was perfect. "Yes," Marcus said. "Thank you for coming." Sophia looked around the apartment. Marcus tried to see it through her eyes. The marble floors, the expensive furniture, the paintings that cost more than most people's houses. Sophia's face did not show what she was thinking. "This is a very nice place," Sophia said politely. "Thank you," Marcus said. He felt embarrassed for some reason. "Can I get you something to drink?" "Coffee, water?" "Water would be nice," Sophia said. Marcus called for the maid to bring water. When the maid came, Sophia thanked her in Spanish. The maid smiled. It was the first time Marcus had seen the maid smile. "Jennifer told me about Emma," Sophia said. "She lost her mother 2 years ago." "Yes," Marcus said. "It has been very hard for her." "It has been hard for you too," Sophia said. Marcus was surprised. No one had ever said that to him. Everyone always talked about how hard it was for Emma. No one talked about how hard it was for him. "I would like to meet Emma now," Sophia said. "She is in her room," Marcus said, "but I should warn you. She does not talk much. She might not even look at you." "That is okay," Sophia said. "Children talk in many ways, not always with words." Marcus took Sophia to Emma's room. He knocked on the door. "Emma," Marcus said, "there is someone here to meet you." Marcus opened the door. Emma was sitting on her bed, looking out the window. She did not turn around when they came in. "Emma," Marcus said, "this is Sophia. She is a teacher." Emma did not move. Sophia looked at Marcus. "Can you leave us alone for 30 minutes? She asked. Marcus did not want to leave. But he had agreed to Sophia's conditions. "I will be in my office," Marcus said. "Call me if you need anything." Marcus left the room and closed the door. He went to his office, but he could not work. He kept thinking about what was happening in Emma's room. He looked at his watch every 2 minutes. After 30 minutes, Marcus heard Sophia's voice in the hallway. "Mr. Hartwell?" Sophia called. Marcus came out of his office quickly. Sophia was standing in the hallway. Emma was still in her room with the door closed. "How did it go?" Marcus asked. Sophia looked at him for a long moment. "Emma is very sad," she said. "But she is also very smart and very strong. Can you help her?" Marcus asked. "I think so," Sophia said. "But I need to know something first." "What do you want for Emma?" Marcus was confused. "What do you mean? Do you want her to get good grades? Do you want her to go to a fancy college? Do you want her to be successful like you?" Marcus thought about this. A year ago, he would have said yes to all of those things. But now he just wanted Emma to be happy. "I want her to smile again," Marcus said. "I want her to laugh. I want her to be a little girl," Sophia nodded. "That is what I thought. But I need to tell you something. The way I work is different from other tutors." "How is it different?" Marcus asked. I do not care about test scores, Sophia said. I care about feelings. I will not make Emma sit at a desk for hours. I will not give her homework that makes her cry. I will help her learn, but I will help her heal first. Marcus nodded. That sounds good to me. There is something else, Sophia said. I do not work for a lot of money. I have a regular rate, $50 an hour. I will not take more money just because you are rich. Marcus was shocked. Every other tutor had charged him hundreds of dollars an hour. $50 was nothing to him. Are you sure? Marcus asked. I can pay you much more. I am sure, Sophia said. Money is not why I do this work. Marcus did not understand this. Everyone he knew worked for money. Money was how people kept score. Money was how people showed they were successful. Why do you do this work? Marcus asked. Sophia smiled for the first time since she arrived. Because children deserve to be happy, she said. All children. Rich children and poor children. American children and immigrant children. All of them. Marcus felt something strange in his chest. It took him a moment to realize what it was. Hope. When can you start? Marcus asked. Monday, Sophia said. But I have some rules. What rules? Marcus asked. Sometimes we will work outside of this apartment, Sophia said. Emma needs to see the world. She needs fresh air and sunshine. Marcus felt nervous. Emma had not left the apartment in months except to go to the doctor. Where will you take her? Marcus asked. The park. The library. Maybe the zoo. Safe places where children should go. Marcus nodded slowly. Okay. And sometimes Emma might get dirty, Sophia said. She might get grass stains on her clothes or mud on her shoes. That is what happens when children play. Marcus had not thought about Emma playing in a long time. That is fine, he said. Sophia smiled again. Good. I think Emma and I will get along very well. After Sophia left, Marcus went to Emma's room. Emma was still sitting on her bed. But something was different. She was not looking out the window anymore. She was looking at a piece of paper. What is that? Marcus asked. Emma showed him the paper. It was a drawing of a flower. The flower was made with crayons in bright colors. Sophia gave it to me, Emma said. She said flowers always grow back even after winter. Marcus looked at the drawing. It was simple, but it was beautiful. More beautiful than any of the expensive paintings in their apartment. Do you like Sophia? Marcus asked. Emma nodded. She speaks Spanish, Emma said. She taught me how to say hello. How do you say hello in Spanish? Marcus asked. Hola, Emma said. Marcus smiled. It was the first time Emma had taught him something in a very long time. Hola, Emma, Marcus said. Emma almost smiled. Almost. But it was more than Marcus had seen in months. That night, Marcus could not sleep. He kept thinking about Sophia. She was so different from everyone else in his life. She did not want his money. She did not try to impress him. She only cared about helping Emma. Monday morning came quickly. Marcus woke up early. He was excited and nervous at the same time. He had not felt this way about anything in a long time. He hoped Sophia could really help Emma. At 9 o'clock, Sophia arrived at the apartment. She was wearing jeans and a bright yellow shirt. She carried her old backpack and a bag full of art supplies. Good morning, Mr. Hartwell, Sophia said with a smile. Good morning, Marcus said. Emma is having breakfast. They walked to the dining room. Emma was sitting at the big table. She was eating cereal instead of the fancy breakfast the chef had made. When she saw Sophia, Emma's face changed. She sat up straighter. She almost smiled. Hola, Emma, Sophia said. Hola, Sophia, Emma replied. Marcus was amazed. Emma had remembered the Spanish word. She had been practicing. Are you ready to learn today? Sophia asked Emma. Emma nodded. Good, Sophia said. But first I have a question. Do you like this big table? Emma looked confused. What do you mean? It is very big, Sophia said. When you eat breakfast, your papa is very far away. Do you like that? Emma shook her head. No, I wish he was closer. Sophia looked at Marcus. Do you have a smaller table? Maybe in the kitchen? Marcus thought about this. There was a small table in the kitchen where the staff ate their meals. He had never thought about eating there himself. Yes, Marcus said. We have a small table in the kitchen. Perfect, Sophia said. Tomorrow we will eat breakfast at the small table. All three of us together. Marcus was surprised. He had not eaten breakfast with Emma in months. He usually ate while reading his phone or looking at papers for work. Sophia turned to Emma. Today we're going to learn outside, she said. Outside? Emma asked. She looked scared. Yes, Sophia said. The park is like a big classroom. We can learn about trees and flowers and birds. We can count things and measure things. We can even practice reading. Emma looked at her father. Marcus could see she was afraid. It is okay, Marcus said. You will be safe with Sophia. Sophia knelt down next to Emma's chair. Do you know what my favorite thing about parks is? She asked. Emma shook her head. Swings, Sophia said. When I was a little girl in Guatemala, I loved to swing. It made me feel like I was flying. I used to like swings, Emma said quietly. Before what? Sophia asked gently. Before Mama died, Emma said. Mama used to take me to the park. We would swing together, Sophia nodded. Your mama sounds like she was very nice. She was the best mama in the world, Emma said. I bet she was, Sophia said. And I bet she would want you to swing again. To feel like you were flying again. Emma thought about this. Maybe, she said. Sophia stood up. We do not have to swing today if you do not want to. We can just walk and look at things. But if you change your mind, the swings will be there. Emma got up from her chair. Okay, she said. Marcus watched them get ready to leave. Sophia helped Emma put on her jacket. She made sure Emma had her hat and gloves. She was gentle and patient. She did not rush Emma or make her feel bad for being slow. Mr. Hartwell, Sophia said, we will be back in 2 hours. We are just going to Central Park, to the playground near the pond. Marcus wanted to send a bodyguard with them. He wanted to follow them in his car, but he knew that would not help Emma. He had to trust Sophia. Have fun, Marcus said. He kissed Emma on the forehead. I love you. I love you too, Papa, Emma said. After they left, Marcus tried to work. But he could not focus. He kept looking at his watch. He kept thinking about Emma at the park. What if she got scared? What if she wanted to come home? What if something happened to her? Marcus realized that he was scared too. Emma had not been out in the world for so long. She had been safe in their apartment, but she had also been trapped. 2 hours later, Marcus heard voices in the hallway. Emma and Sophia were back. Marcus came out of his office quickly. Emma was talking. She was telling Sophia about a dog she had seen in the park. Her cheeks were red from the cold air. Her eyes were bright. She looked more alive than she had in months. Papa, Emma said when she saw him. We saw a dog that was bigger than me. And Sophia taught me how to count in Spanish. Marcus felt his heart fill with happiness. Emma was excited. She was sharing things with him. Tell me about it, Marcus said. Emma sat down on the couch and told her father everything. About the big dog and the little birds. About the old man who fed the pigeons. About the leaves that were changing colors. She talked for 10 minutes without stopping. Sophia sat quietly and listened. She smiled at Marcus over Emma's head. When Emma finished talking, Sophia opened her bag. She took out a notebook and some crayons. Now we are going to write about what we saw, Sophia said. Emma, can you draw a picture of your favorite thing from the park? Emma took the crayons and started drawing. She drew the big dog. She drew herself petting the dog. She drew Sophia standing next to her. What should I write about the dog? Emma asked. What color was he? Sophia asked. Brown and white, Emma said. She wrote the words slowly and carefully. How did he make you feel? Sophia asked. Emma thought about this. Happy, she said. He made me feel happy. She wrote the word happy under her picture. Marcus watched this lesson. It was nothing like the lessons with other tutors. There were no thick books or hard tests. There was no desk or fancy equipment. But Emma was learning. She was practicing writing and drawing and thinking. Most importantly, she was enjoying it. Can I show Papa my picture? Emma asked. Of course, Sophia said. Emma brought her picture to Marcus. It was simple, but it was full of life. Marcus could see the joy in the drawing. This is wonderful, Marcus said. I am very proud of you. Emma beamed. Tomorrow can we go back to the park? She asked Sophia. If the weather is nice, Sophia said. But tomorrow we will learn about something different. We will collect leaves and learn about trees. Can Papa come with us? Emma asked. Marcus was surprised. Emma wanted him to come. He had not been to a park in years. He had forgotten what it was like to just walk and look at things. Sophia looked at Marcus. Would you like to come? She asked. I have meetings, Marcus said automatically. Oh, Emma said. She looked disappointed. Marcus saw the sadness in his daughter's eyes. When was the last time he had said yes to Emma? When was the last time he had put her before his work? But maybe I can move my meetings, Marcus said quickly. Maybe I can come to the park. Emma's face lit up. Really? Really, Marcus said. That evening, Marcus canceled 3 important meetings. His business partners were not happy. They said the meetings were too important to cancel. But Marcus realized that Emma was more important than any business meeting. The next day, Marcus put on his oldest clothes. He had not worn jeans and sneakers in years. He felt strange walking down the street like a normal person instead of riding in his expensive car. The park was beautiful. The leaves were red and yellow and orange. The air was crisp and clean. Children were playing on the playground. Parents were pushing babies in strollers. Dogs were running and playing. Marcus had forgotten how nice it was to be outside. In his world of boardrooms and offices, he had forgotten about fresh air and sunshine. Sophia showed Emma how to collect different kinds of leaves. She taught her the names of different trees. Oak and maple and birch. Emma collected leaves in a small bag. She was excited about each new leaf she found. Papa, look, Emma said. She showed Marcus a leaf that was half green and half red. Sophia says this leaf is changing colors because winter is coming. That is very interesting, Marcus said. And it was interesting. Marcus had never thought about how leaves changed colors. He had never stopped to notice things like that. They found a bench and sat down. Sophia took out her bag of supplies. She gave Emma a piece of paper and some glue. Now we are going to make a picture with our leaves, Sophia said. Emma glued her leaves onto the paper. She made a tree with red and yellow leaves. She made a sun in the corner. She made a family of 3 people standing under the tree. Who are these people? Sophia asked, pointing to the 3 figures. That is me, Emma said, pointing to the smallest figure. That is Papa, and that is you, Sophia. Marcus looked at the picture. Emma had drawn them as a family, him and Emma and Sophia, together under a tree. It is beautiful, Marcus said. While Emma worked on her picture, Sophia taught her about numbers. She had Emma count the leaves she had collected. She had Emma sort them by color and size. Emma was learning math without even realizing it. A little girl ran up to their bench. She was about Emma's age. She had curly hair and a big smile. I like your picture, the girl said to Emma. Emma looked shy. She had not talked to another child in a long time. Thank you, Emma said quietly. My name is Sarah, the girl said. What is your name? Emma said. Do you want to play on the swings? Sarah asked. Emma looked at Sophia. Sophia nodded encouragingly. Okay, Emma said. Marcus watched his daughter walk to the swings with Sarah. The 2 girls started swinging together. They were laughing and talking. Emma looked like a normal 8-year-old girl. She is doing very well, Sophia said to Marcus. Yes, Marcus said. You are a good teacher. Emma is a good student, Sophia said. She just needed someone to see her heart, not just her brain. Marcus thought about this. All the other tutors had focused on making Emma smart. But Sophia focused on making Emma happy. And when Emma was happy, learning came naturally. They stayed at the park for 3 hours. When it was time to go home, Emma did not want to leave. She had made a new friend. 2 weeks passed quickly. Emma was changing every day. She smiled more. She talked more. She was curious about everything. Marcus had started eating breakfast with Emma and Sophia at the small kitchen table every morning. It had become his favorite part of the day. One morning, Sophia arrived with sad news. I need to tell you something, Sophia said as they sat at the kitchen table. My grandmother is sick. She lives in Queens with my family. I might need to leave early some days to help take care of her. I am sorry to hear that, Marcus said. Is there anything I can do to help? Sophia looked surprised. That is very kind of you, but we will be okay. Marcus wanted to offer money for doctors or medicine. That was how he solved problems. But he could see that Sophia would not want his money. If you need anything, Marcus said, please let me know. Thank you, Sophia said. Emma had been listening to this conversation. Sophia, she said, what is wrong with your grandmother? She has diabetes, Sophia said. It makes her very tired, and sometimes her medicine costs a lot of money. Emma looked at her father. Marcus could see her thinking. Papa, Emma said, you have a lot of money. Could you help Sophia's grandmother? Marcus felt embarrassed. Here was his 8-year-old daughter thinking about helping others. When was the last time he had thought about helping someone who was not rich like him? Emma is right, Marcus said to Sophia. I would like to help. Please let me pay for your grandmother's medicine. Sophia shook her head. I cannot take your money. Why not? Marcus asked. Sophia was quiet for a moment. Then she said, because once you start taking money from rich people, they think they own you. They think they can tell you what to do. Marcus had never thought about this before, but he realized Sophia was probably right. Rich people often expected things in return for their money. I do not want to own you, Marcus said. I just want to help. Sophia looked at him carefully. Why, she asked. Marcus thought about this question. Why did he want to help? A month ago, he would not have cared about Sophia's grandmother. He would not have even known she existed. Because you are helping my daughter, Marcus said. And because it is the right thing to do, Sophia smiled. Okay, she said. But I will pay you back. You do not need to pay me back, Marcus said. Yes, I do, Sophia said firmly. My family pays our own way, Marcus nodded. He was starting to understand Sophia's pride. It was different from his pride. His pride came from having more money than other people. Sophia's pride came from taking care of herself and her family. That afternoon, Sophia took Emma and Marcus to the library. The library was in a different part of the city than Marcus usually visited. The buildings were older. The streets were busier. The people looked different. Marcus felt uncomfortable. Everyone was staring at him. His clothes were too expensive. His shoes were too shiny. He did not fit in here, but Emma loved the library. She ran from shelf to shelf looking at books. She found a book about dogs and sat on the floor to read it. Other children came and sat near her. Soon there was a small group of kids all looking at the book together. Sophia sat down with Marcus at a small table. Emma is making friends, Sophia said. Yes, Marcus said. I have never seen her like this. Marcus watched his daughter. She was laughing with the other children. She was sharing her book. She was being kind and generous. These were things he had tried to teach her, but she had learned them better from Sophia in 2 weeks than she had from him in 8 years. Sophia, Marcus said, can I ask you something? Sure, Sophia said. Why did you really decide to help Emma? I know it was not because of the money. Sophia thought about this question. When I first came to America, she said, I was very sad. I missed my home in Guatemala. I missed my friends. I did not speak English very well. The other kids at school made fun of me. Marcus listened carefully. But there was one teacher, Sophia continued. Her name was Mrs. Johnson. She was kind to me. She helped me learn English. She made me feel like I belonged. She changed my life. And you want to do the same thing for other children, Marcus said. Yes, Sophia said. All children deserve to feel like they belong. Rich children and poor children. It does not matter. Marcus looked around the library. There were children from many different families here. Some were dressed in expensive clothes like Emma. Others were wearing old clothes with holes in them. But they were all playing together. They were all just children. I never thought about it like that, Marcus said. You never had to think about it, Sophia said. You have always belonged everywhere. Marcus realized this was true. His money had always opened doors for him. He had never been rejected or ignored or made fun of because of where he came from. A little boy came up to their table. He was about 6 years old. His clothes were worn and too big for him. His shoes had holes in them. Excuse me, the boy said to Sophia. Can you help me find a book about cars? Of course, Sophia said with a big smile. She got up and took the boy's hand. What kind of cars do you like? Race cars, the boy said excitedly. Sophia led the boy to the children's section. Marcus watched her help the boy find books about race cars. She sat with him and looked at the pictures. She was as patient and kind with this boy as she was with Emma. Marcus thought about his life. He spent his days with people who were just like him. Rich, successful, white, American. He lived in a world where everyone looked the same and thought the same things. But Sophia's world was different. Sophia's world had people from many different countries. People who spoke different languages. People who had different amounts of money. People who looked different from each other. Emma came running over to the table. She was holding a book about butterflies. Papa, look, she said. This book says butterflies can fly thousands of miles to find their families. That is amazing, Marcus said. Sophia, Emma said, Did your family fly like butterflies to come to America? Sophia laughed. Not exactly, she said. But yes, we traveled very far to find a better life. Were you scared? Emma asked. Very scared, Sophia said. But sometimes you have to be scared to do important things. Emma nodded seriously. Like when I was scared to go to the park the first time. Exactly like that, Sophia said. Marcus realized that Emma was learning about courage from Sophia, not the kind of courage that comes from having money and power. The kind of courage that comes from facing your fears and doing what is right. They spent 2 hours at the library. When it was time to leave, Emma had picked out 5 books to take home. Marcus had not read a book that was not about business in years, but Emma was excited about her books. She wanted to read them with him. On the way home, they walked past a small restaurant. The smell of food came through the open door. It smelled different from the food at Marcus's apartment. It smelled like spices and herbs he did not recognize. That smells good, Emma said. That is my favorite restaurant, Sophia said. My aunt works there. They make food from Guatemala. Emma stopped walking. Can we eat there? She asked. Marcus looked at the restaurant. It was small and simple. Nothing like the fancy restaurants he usually went to. He was not sure if it was safe. He was not sure if the food would be good, but Emma was looking at him with hopeful eyes. Sure, Marcus said. They went into the restaurant. It was crowded and noisy. Families were sitting at small tables talking and laughing. Children were running around. Music was playing from a radio in the corner. Sophia spoke to the woman at the front in Spanish. The woman smiled and hugged Sophia. She looked at Marcus and Emma with curiosity. They sat at a small table. Sophia ordered for all of them. Marcus did not know what any of the food was, but he trusted Sophia. When the food came, Marcus was surprised. It was delicious. There were beans and rice and chicken with spices he had never tasted before. There were tortillas that were warm and soft. There were vegetables that were cooked in a way that made them sweet and flavorful. Emma loved the food too. She ate everything on her plate. She asked Sophia about each dish. She wanted to know how it was made and where it came from. In Guatemala, Sophia said, my grandmother made food like this every day. She taught my mother how to cook. My mother taught me. Someday I will teach my children. Can you teach me? Emma asked. Sophia smiled. If you want to learn, I will teach you. Marcus watched Emma eat. She was trying new things. She was being adventurous. A month ago, Emma would only eat the same few foods that the chef made for her. Now she was excited to try food from a different country. After dinner, Sophia's aunt came to their table. Sophia introduced Marcus and Emma in Spanish. The aunt smiled and said something to Sophia. What did she say? Emma asked. She said you are a very pretty little girl, Sophia said. And she said your father looks like a good man. Marcus felt proud. This woman did not know he was rich. She did not know he was famous. She was judging him based on how he treated his daughter and how he acted in her restaurant. On the way home, Emma talked about everything they had done. The library, the books, the food, the people they had met. She was full of energy and excitement. Marcus realized that this had been one of the best days of his life. Not because of any business deal or expensive purchase, but because he had seen the world through Emma's eyes. And Emma had seen the world through Sophia's eyes. That night, Marcus sat in his office. But instead of working, he was reading one of Emma's butterfly books. 3 weeks later, something happened that changed everything. Emma woke up on Tuesday morning with a fever. Her face was red and hot. She was shaking and could not eat breakfast. Marcus was very worried. He wanted to call the best doctors in the city right away. Let me call Dr. Martinez, Marcus said. Dr. Martinez was Emma's regular doctor. He was very expensive and very famous. Wait, Sophia said. She put her hand on Emma's forehead. She just has a simple fever. Children get fevers all the time. We do not need to panic, but Marcus was panicking. Ever since Emma's mother died, he was terrified that something would happen to Emma too. I think we should take her to the hospital, Marcus said. Sophia looked at him calmly. Mr. Hartwell, Emma will be okay. She needs rest and fluids and someone to take care of her. That is all. Emma was lying on the couch in the living room. She looked very small and sick. Marcus felt helpless. He did not know how to take care of a sick child. When Emma was sick before, he always hired nurses to help. Should I call a nurse? Marcus asked. No, Sophia said. I will stay with her today. I will take care of her. Marcus was surprised. You do not have to do that. I can pay someone to take care of her. Sophia looked at him with a serious expression. Taking care of someone when they are sick is not a job, she said. It is love. Marcus did not understand this. In his world, when people were sick, you hired professionals to help them. You paid for the best medical care. You did not sit by their bedside yourself. But Sophia was already getting things ready to help Emma. She brought a cool cloth for Emma's head. She made tea with honey for Emma's throat. She found soft blankets to keep Emma warm. Emma, Sophia said gently. How do you feel? My head hurts, Emma said in a small voice. And I am cold. Sophia tucked the blankets around Emma. I am going to stay with you today, she said. We will not do any lessons. We will just rest and get better. Marcus watched Sophia take care of his daughter. She was so gentle and patient. She did not rush around or look stressed. She just focused on making Emma comfortable. Mr. Hartwell, Sophia said, you should go to work. Emma and I will be fine. But Marcus did not want to leave. What if Emma got worse? What if she needed him? I think I should stay, Marcus said. Sophia smiled. That is up to you, she said. But Emma might sleep most of the day. There is not much for you to do. Marcus tried to work in his office, but he kept coming out to check on Emma every 15 minutes. Each time, Sophia was sitting next to the couch. Sometimes she was reading to Emma. Sometimes she was just holding Emma's hand. At lunchtime, Sophia tried to get Emma to eat some soup. But Emma's stomach was upset and she could not eat. I feel sick, Emma said. She started to cry. Sophia did not get upset or worried. She just rubbed Emma's back and spoke to her in Spanish. Marcus did not understand the words, but he could hear the love in Sophia's voice. What are you saying to her? Marcus asked. I am singing a song my grandmother used to sing to me when I was sick, Sophia said. It is about a little bird who gets lost but finds her way home. Emma stopped crying and listened to Sophia's soft singing. Soon she fell asleep. Marcus sat down in a chair across from the couch. He watched Sophia and Emma. Sophia was still holding Emma's hand. She was not looking at her phone or reading a book. She was just sitting there, being present for Emma. Why are you doing this? Marcus asked quietly. What do you mean? Sophia asked. You could go home, Marcus said. I could hire a nurse. You do not need to sit here all day. Sophia looked at him like he had said something strange. Emma is sick, she said. She needs someone who cares about her to be with her. Money cannot buy that. Marcus thought about this. When he was a child and got sick, his parents hired nurses to take care of him. The nurses were professional and efficient. But they did not love him. They did not sing to him or hold his hand. When I was sick as a child, Marcus said, my parents always hired help. That is sad, Sophia said simply. Marcus had never thought of it as sad before. His parents had given him the best medical care money could buy. But they had not given him what Sophia was giving Emma. Emma woke up a few hours later. Her fever was higher. She was shaking and crying. I want Mama, Emma said. I want my Mama. Marcus felt his heart break. Emma rarely talked about her mother anymore. But when she was sick and scared, she wanted her Mama. Sophia gathered Emma in her arms like she was her own child. I know you want your Mama, she said. Your Mama loved you so much. She would want you to get better. But she is not here, Emma cried. No, she is not here, Sophia said. But your Papa is here. And I am here. And we love you very much, Emma looked at her father. Marcus came and sat on the couch next to them. I love you, Emma, Marcus said. More than anything in the world. Will you stay with me? Emma asked. Yes, Marcus said. I will stay with you. Marcus canceled all his meetings for the rest of the day. He sat with Sophia and Emma on the couch. When Emma was awake, they told her stories and played quiet games. When Emma was sleeping, Marcus and Sophia talked. Sophia told Marcus about her childhood in Guatemala, about how her whole family would take care of each other when someone was sick, about how her grandmother would make special soup and her grandfather would tell funny stories to make the sick person laugh. In my family, Sophia said, taking care of each other is the most important thing. More important than work or money or anything else. Marcus told Sophia about his childhood, about how his parents were always working, about how he learned to take care of himself when he was sick. about how he promised himself he would be different when he had children. But I do not know how to be different, Marcus said. I only know how to solve problems with money. You are learning, Sophia said. Look at yourself right now. You are here with Emma. You are not trying to pay someone else to do this. You are doing it yourself. Marcus realized Sophia was right. He was here. He was taking care of his daughter. It felt scary and new, but it also felt right. That evening, Emma's fever broke. She was able to eat some soup and toast. She was feeling much better. Thank you for taking care of me, Emma said to Sophia. You do not need to thank me, Sophia said. That is what people do for each other. Emma looked at her father. Thank you for staying with me, Papa. Thank you for letting me stay, Marcus said. After Emma went to bed, Marcus and Sophia sat in the kitchen. They were both tired but happy that Emma was feeling better. Sophia, Marcus said, I want to ask you something. Okay, Sophia said. Will you teach me how to take care of Emma? Not just when she is sick. All the time, Sophia smiled. You are already learning, she said. Today you put Emma before your work. You stayed with her when she needed you. That is the most important thing. Marcus thought about his own father. His father had never stayed home when Marcus was sick. His father had never sat with him and held his hand. His father had never put Marcus before his work. I do not want to be like my father, Marcus said. You are not like your father, Sophia said. You are here. You are trying. That makes all the difference. Marcus looked around his expensive kitchen. The marble counters and fancy appliances suddenly seemed less important than the simple act of sitting with his daughter when she was scared. Sophia, Marcus said, I want to ask you something else. What is it? Sophia asked. Your family. The ones who take care of each other when someone is sick. Would they ever accept someone like me? Sophia thought about this question. What do you mean, someone like you? Someone who is rich, Marcus said. Someone who has not had to struggle. Someone who does not know how to take care of people. Sophia looked at him seriously. My family does not care about money, she said. They care about whether you are a good person. Whether you treat people with respect. Whether you help others when they need help. Am I a good person? Marcus asked. He had never asked this question before. Sophia was quiet for a moment. You are learning to be a good person, she said. And that is what matters. That night Marcus could not sleep. He kept thinking about the day, about how Sophia had taken care of Emma without expecting anything in return. About how his daughter had needed comfort more than expensive medicine. About how he had learned more about being a father in one day than in 8 years. Marcus got up and went to Emma's room. She was sleeping peacefully. Her fever was gone. Her breathing was normal. She looked like the healthy, happy child she was becoming. Marcus sat in the chair next to Emma's bed. This was something he had never done before. He had never just sat and watched his daughter sleep. As he sat there, Marcus made a decision. He was going to change his life. He was going to learn how to be the kind of father Emma deserved. The kind of father who stayed home when she was sick. The kind of father who cared more about her happiness than his business meetings. Marcus realized that Emma's sickness had been a gift. It had shown him what really mattered. It had shown him that love was not something you could buy. It was something you had to give of yourself. For the first time in his life, Marcus understood what it meant to be truly rich. After Emma got better, something changed in Marcus. He started asking Sophia for advice about more than just Emma's education. When he had to make decisions about his business, he would ask Sophia what she thought. When he had problems with his employees, he would talk to Sophia about how to handle them. Sophia always gave him good advice. But her advice was different from what his business partners would say. Sophia cared about how decisions would affect people, not just how much money they would make. One morning, Sophia came to breakfast looking worried. What is wrong? Marcus asked. Sophia hesitated. She did not like to bring her personal problems to work. It is my brother, Sophia finally said. He is having some trouble. What kind of trouble? Emma asked. Sophia looked at Marcus. She was not sure if she should talk about this in front of Emma. It is okay, Marcus said. Emma is smart. She can understand. Sophia took a deep breath. My brother Miguel came to America 5 years ago. He has been working hard and following all the rules. But now the government says he has to leave. They want to send him back to Guatemala. Emma looked confused. Why do they want to send him away? Because he does not have the right papers, Sophia said. It is very complicated. Marcus had read about immigration in the news, but he had never known anyone who was actually affected by it. It had always seemed like something that happened to other people. Can he get the right papers? Marcus asked. He is trying, Sophia said, but it is very expensive. And it takes a long time. He might have to leave before he gets them. Marcus's first thought was to offer money. He could hire the best immigration lawyers in the country. He could pay for all the papers and fees, but he remembered what Sophia had said about taking money from rich people. What can I do to help? Marcus asked carefully. Sophia smiled a little. Thank you for asking, but I do not think there is anything you can do. There must be something, Marcus said. Sophia was quiet for a moment. Then she said, Actually, there is something, but it is not what you think. What is it? Marcus asked. This weekend there is a meeting at our community center. People are organizing to help families like Miguel's. They need volunteers. Marcus was surprised. Volunteers? Yes, Sophia said. People who will make phone calls and write letters and talk to politicians. People who will help other families understand their rights. Marcus had never volunteered for anything in his life. When he wanted to help causes, he just wrote big checks. I do not know anything about immigration law, Marcus said. You do not need to know about law, Sophia said. You just need to care about people. Emma was listening to this conversation carefully. Papa, she said, can we help Sophia's brother? I would like to, Marcus said, but I do not know if I would be very good at it. You will learn, Sophia said. Just like Emma learned to swing on the swings. Just like you learned to take care of Emma when she was sick. Marcus thought about this. He was used to solving problems with money and power. But maybe there were other ways to solve problems. Maybe there were better ways. Okay, Marcus said. I will come to the meeting. That Saturday, Marcus put on his oldest clothes. He did not want to look like a rich businessman at the community center. But even his oldest clothes were expensive. He looked at himself in the mirror and realized he did not have any normal clothes. The community center was in Sophia's neighborhood in Queens. It was a small building with old paint and worn carpets. It was nothing like the fancy offices where Marcus usually went to meetings. When Marcus walked in with Sophia and Emma, everyone stared at him. He was clearly not from this neighborhood. His shoes were too shiny. His haircut was too perfect. He looked out of place. Sophia introduced Marcus to the group. There were about 30 people there, men and women of all ages. Some spoke English with accents. Some spoke mostly Spanish. They all looked worried. A woman named Maria was leading the meeting. She explained that many families in their community were facing deportation. The laws had changed and it was getting harder for people to stay in America. We need to organize, Maria said. We need to call our representatives. We need to tell our stories. We need to fight for our families. Marcus listened to the people tell their stories. A man who had lived in America for 20 years but was afraid to leave his house. A woman whose husband had been arrested and taken away. A teenager who was scared that her parents would be deported before she graduated from high school. These were real people with real problems. They were not statistics in a news article. They were families who were scared and desperate. Marcus had never heard stories like these before. In his world, people did not worry about being sent away from their homes. People did not live in fear of the government. What can I do to help? Marcus asked Maria. Maria looked at him suspiciously. She was not sure why this rich white man was at their meeting. Can you make phone calls? Maria asked. Yes, Marcus said. Can you write letters? Maria asked. Yes, Marcus said. Can you come to protests and rallies? Maria asked. Marcus hesitated. He had never been to a protest. He was not sure what his business partners would think. Emma tugged on his sleeve. Papa, she whispered. Sophia's brother needs help. Marcus looked at Sophia. She was watching him carefully. She was not pushing him to say yes. She was letting him make his own choice. Yes, Marcus said. I can come to protests and rallies. Maria smiled for the first time. Good, she said. We need all the help we can get. The group spent the next 2 hours making plans. They divided up tasks. Some people would call politicians. Some people would write letters to newspapers. Some people would organize rallies. Marcus was put in charge of calling state representatives. He was given a list of phone numbers and a script to read. I have never done anything like this before, Marcus told Sophia as they walked to his car. None of us had done this before we started, Sophia said. But we learned because we had to. Marcus thought about this. In his business, he only did things he was already good at. He hired other people to do things he did not know how to do. But maybe it was time for him to learn new things himself. The next week, Marcus started making phone calls. At first, he was nervous. He read from the script and sounded stiff and formal. But after a few calls, he started to relax. He started to tell the stories he had heard at the community center. He started to speak from his heart. Marcus also started going to more meetings at the community center. Each time he learned something new. He met more families who were struggling. He heard more stories about people who just wanted to work hard and take care of their children. One evening, Marcus brought Emma with him to a rally in the park. There were hundreds of people there. They were holding signs and chanting. Emma held a sign that said, "Families belong together." "This is exciting," Emma said. "All these people care about Sophia's brother." Marcus looked around at the crowd. There were people of all ages and colors. Rich people and poor people. Citizens and immigrants. They were all united by the belief that families should not be separated. Marcus had never been part of something like this before. In his business world, people competed against each other. They tried to win at the expense of others. But here, people were working together for a common cause. After the rally, Sophia's family invited Marcus and Emma to their apartment for dinner. The apartment was small and crowded. 3 generations of Sophia's family lived there. But it was full of warmth and laughter. Sophia's grandmother, the one Marcus had paid for medicine, hugged him when he arrived. She spoke to him in Spanish even though he did not understand. But he could tell she was thanking him. Sophia's brother Miguel was there too. He was a quiet young man who worked 2 jobs to support his family. He was scared about what might happen to him, but he was grateful for all the people who were trying to help. "Thank you for coming to our meetings," Miguel said to Marcus. "It means a lot to have someone like you supporting us." Marcus felt embarrassed. "Someone like me?" "Someone with influence," Miguel said. "Someone people will listen to." Marcus realized that Miguel was right. When Marcus called politicians, they took his calls. When Marcus wrote letters, people read them. His money and status gave him a voice that others did not have. But Marcus also realized something else. He was learning as much from Sophia's family as he was helping them. They were teaching him about community and solidarity. They were teaching him that the most important things in life were not the things he could buy. During dinner, Emma played with Sophia's young cousins. She was teaching them English words and they were teaching her Spanish words. She fit right in with the family, even though they came from completely different worlds. "Emma is a special child," Sophia's mother said to Marcus in English. "Yes, she is," Marcus said. "Sophia has helped her become special. Sophia is good with children," Sophia's mother said. But Emma was already special. Sophia just helped her remember. Marcus thought about this. Maybe Emma had always been special. Maybe he had just forgotten how to see it. Maybe Sophia had not changed Emma. Maybe Sophia had changed him. That night, as Marcus tucked Emma into bed, she asked him a question. "Papa," she said, "are we going to keep helping Sophia's family?" "Yes," Marcus said. "We are going to keep helping." "Good," Emma said. "I like helping people. It makes me feel good inside." Marcus kissed his daughter goodnight. 2 months later, Marcus got a phone call that would change everything. He was sitting in his office on a Tuesday morning when his business partner, David, called. "Marcus," David said, "I have incredible news. TechCorp wants to buy our company." Marcus sat up straighter. TechCorp was one of the biggest technology companies in the world. "How much are they offering?" Marcus asked. $2 billion, David said. "Marcus, this is it. This is what we have been working toward for 15 years. Marcus felt his heart racing. $2 billion was more money than he had ever dreamed of. With that much money, he could buy anything. He could go anywhere. He could do anything. What is the catch? Marcus asked. "There is only one small thing," David said. "They want us to move the company to Silicon Valley. And they want us to travel a lot. They have offices all over the world that we would need to visit." Marcus thought about this. Moving to California would mean leaving New York. It would mean leaving Sophia. It would mean taking Emma away from her new friends and the community center and the library where she loved to go. "How much traveling?" Marcus asked. "A lot," David said honestly. "Maybe 6 months out of the year." But Marcus, think about the money. Think about what you could do with $2 billion. After David hung up, Marcus sat in his office for a long time. He looked out the window at Central Park. He could see children playing on the playground where Emma had learned to swing again. He could see the library where Emma had made her first friends. Marcus tried to imagine Emma's reaction to this news. A year ago, she would not have cared. She barely spoke to anyone anyway. But now Emma had a life here. She had Sophia and the community center and her new friends at the library. That evening, Marcus told Sophia about the offer. They were sitting in the kitchen after Emma had gone to bed. $2 billion, Sophia said quietly. That is a lot of money. Yes, Marcus said. It is more money than I ever thought I would have. Sophia was quiet for a moment. What would you do with all that money? She asked. Marcus had been thinking about this all day. I could start a foundation, he said. I could help a lot of people. I could fund schools and hospitals and community centers. That sounds wonderful, Sophia said, but her voice sounded sad. What is wrong? Marcus asked. Sophia looked at him carefully. What about Emma? She asked. Emma would come with me, of course, Marcus said. She could go to the best schools in California. She could have anything she wanted. But what does Emma want? Sophia asked. Marcus had not thought about this. He had been thinking about what was best for Emma, but he had not asked Emma what she wanted. I do not know, Marcus said. Maybe you should ask her, Sophia said gently. The next morning, Marcus sat down with Emma at breakfast. Sophia was there too. Emma, Marcus said, I need to talk to you about something important. Emma looked up from her cereal. What is it, Papa? Someone wants to buy my company, Marcus said. They want to give me a lot of money for it. That is good, right? Emma asked. Yes, it is good, Marcus said. But there is one thing. If I sell the company, we would have to move to California. Emma's face changed. She looked scared. Move away from here? Yes, Marcus said. We would live in a new city. You would go to a new school. Emma looked at Sophia. Would Sophia come with us? Marcus felt his stomach drop. He had not thought about this either. I do not know, he said. Sophia has her job here. She has her family here. Emma's eyes filled with tears. I do not want to move, she said. I like it here. I like the library and the park and the community center. I like my friends. You could make new friends in California, Marcus said. But I do not want new friends, Emma said. I want my friends here. And I want Sophia. Emma started to cry. Sophia got up and hugged her. It is okay, Sophia said. Nothing is decided yet. But Marcus could see that Emma was very upset. She did not want to leave New York. She did not want to leave Sophia. That afternoon, Marcus called David back. I need more time to think about this, Marcus said. What is there to think about? David asked. Marcus, this is $2 billion. This is the chance of a lifetime. It is a big decision, Marcus said. I need to consider all the factors. What factors? David asked. Emma will be fine. Rich kids adapt quickly. She will love California. But Marcus was not sure about this. Emma had just started to be happy again. She had just started to trust people and make friends. Moving her to a new place might undo all the progress she had made. That weekend, Marcus, Emma, and Sophia went to the community center. There was a special event where children were sharing projects about their families and where they came from. Emma had been working on her project for weeks. She had made a poster with pictures and drawings. The poster showed her life before her mother died, her sad time after, and her happy time now with Sophia and her new friends. When it was Emma's turn to present, she stood up in front of all the families. Marcus was proud of how brave she was. My name is Emma, she said in a clear voice. This is my family story. Emma pointed to the first part of her poster. This is when I lived with my mama and papa. We were happy, but I did not know how lucky I was. She pointed to the second part. This is when my mama died. I was very sad. I did not want to talk to anyone or play with anyone. I forgot how to be happy. Then Emma pointed to the third part of her poster. This is now. Sophia came to help me learn, but she did not just teach me math and reading. She taught me how to be happy again. She taught me that families are not just the people you are born with. Families are the people who love you and take care of you. Emma looked at Sophia and smiled. Sophia is my family now, and all of you are my family too. The whole room clapped. Many people had tears in their eyes. Marcus felt so proud of his daughter. She had grown so much. She was confident and happy and wise. After the presentation, Sophia's grandmother came up to Emma. She spoke to her in Spanish, and Sophia translated. "She says you are a brave girl," Sophia said. "She says your mama would be very proud of you." Emma hugged Sophia's grandmother. "Tell her thank you," Emma said. "Tell her she is my family too." As they walked home from the community center, Emma was quiet. Finally, she looked up at her father. "Papa," she said, "do we really have to move to California?" Marcus knelt down so he was at Emma's level. "I do not know yet," he said. "What do you think we should do?" Emma thought about this carefully. "I think we should stay here," she said. "This is where our family is." "But if I sell my company, we could have a lot of money," Marcus said. "We could help a lot of people." "We are already helping people," Emma said. "We help at the community center. We help Sophia's family. We help our friends." Marcus realized that Emma was right. They were already helping people. Not with billions of dollars, but with their time and care and attention. "But if we had more money, we could help even more people," Marcus said. Emma looked at Sophia. "Sophia," she said, "do you think we need more money to help people?" Sophia thought about this question. "Money can help," she said. "But the most important thing is caring about people. You cannot buy that." That night, Marcus could not sleep. He walked around his apartment thinking about the decision. $2 billion was a lot of money. With that money, he could build schools and hospitals. He could help thousands of people. But he would have to give up the life he had built here. He would have to give up the community he had become part of. He would have to take Emma away from the first place she had been happy since her mother died. Marcus went to Emma's room. She was sleeping peacefully. On her nightstand was the drawing Sophia had given her on the first day they met. The flower that always grows back after winter. Marcus thought about Sophia. In a few months, she had changed his entire life. She had taught him how to be a father. She had taught him how to care about other people. She had taught him that the most important things in life could not be bought. If he moved to California, would he find another Sophia? Would Emma find another community that cared about her? Marcus did not think so. What they had here was special. It was rare. It was worth more than money. The next morning, Marcus called David. "I have made my decision," Marcus said. "Great," David said. "When do we sign the papers?" "We do not sign the papers," Marcus said. "I am not selling the company." There was silence on the phone. "What?" David finally said. "I am not selling," Marcus repeated. "Marcus, are you crazy?" David asked. "This is $2 billion. "I know how much it is," Marcus said. "But some things are worth more than money." "Like what?" David asked. Marcus looked out his window. He could see Emma and Sophia in the park across the street. They were collecting leaves for another science project. Emma was laughing and running around. She looked like the happy child she was meant to be. Like being in the right place with the right people, Marcus said. David was quiet for a long time. "I do not understand," he said finally. "I know you do not," Marcus said. "A year ago I would not have understood either. But I am a different person now." "Think about this more," David said. "Do not make a decision you will regret." But Marcus knew he would not regret this decision. For the first time in his life, he was choosing love over money. He was choosing family over business. He was choosing happiness over success. After he hung up the phone, Marcus went downstairs to the park. Emma ran up to him with her arms full of colorful leaves. 6 months later, Marcus stood in the backyard of his new home in Brooklyn. It was not a penthouse apartment. It was a regular house on a regular street with regular neighbors. The house had a small garden where Emma was growing tomatoes and flowers. It had a front porch where they sat in the evenings and talked to people walking by. Marcus had sold his expensive Manhattan apartment and bought this house instead. It cost much less money, but it felt much more like home. Emma was in the kitchen with Sophia making dinner. They were cooking food from Guatemala that Sophia had taught Emma how to make. The smell of spices and herbs filled the house. Marcus could hear them laughing and talking in both English and Spanish. Marcus's phone rang. It was Jennifer, his assistant. "Mr. Hartwell," she said, "the foundation paperwork is ready for you to sign." Marcus smiled. 3 months ago, he had started the Hartwell Foundation for Educational Equity. Instead of using $2 billion from selling his company, he was using $50 million of his own money. It was much less money, but it was still enough to make a real difference. The foundation was different from other charities that rich people started. Marcus was not just writing checks and letting other people run everything. He was working at the foundation every day. Sophia was the director of community outreach. They were hiring teachers and social workers and people who understood what children really needed. "Thank you, Jennifer," Marcus said. "I will sign the papers tomorrow." Marcus went into the kitchen. Emma was stirring a big pot of soup. Sophia was teaching her how to taste the food and add more spices if needed. "How does it taste?" Sophia asked Emma. Emma dipped a spoon into the soup and tasted it carefully. "I think it needs more lime," she said. "Good," Sophia said. "You are learning to cook with your heart, not just with a recipe." Marcus watched them work together. Emma had grown so much in the past year. She was confident and curious and kind. She spoke Spanish almost as well as English now. She had friends from many different countries and backgrounds. But the biggest change was in Emma's eyes. A year ago, her eyes had been sad and empty. Now they were bright and full of life. "Papa," Emma said, "dinner will be ready in 10 minutes. Can you set the table?" "Of course," Marcus said. Marcus set the table in their small dining room. It was nothing like the big marble table in his old apartment. This table was made of wood and had scratches and stains from daily use. But it was where they ate together every night. It was where they talked about their day and made plans for the future. During dinner, Emma told them about her day at school. She went to the local public school now. It was not fancy like her old private school, but Emma loved it. "We are doing a project about immigration," Emma said. "I am writing about Sophia's family and how they came to America." "That sounds wonderful," Marcus said. "Ms. Rodriguez says I can present it in Spanish if I want to," Emma said. "She says it is important to be proud of all the languages you know," Sophia smiled. "Your Spanish is getting very good," she said. "My grandmother would be proud." Sophia's grandmother had died 2 months ago. It had been very sad, but she had lived long enough to see Miguel get his papers to stay in America. She had also lived long enough to see Emma become part of their family. After dinner, they cleaned the kitchen together. This was something Marcus had never done in his old life. He had always had staff to clean up after him. But now he enjoyed washing dishes and talking with Emma and Sophia about their day. There was a knock at the front door. Marcus opened it to find Mrs. Chen, their neighbor. She was holding a plate of cookies. "I made too many cookies," Mrs. Chen said with a smile. "Would you like some?" "Thank you," Marcus said. "That is very kind of you." Mrs. Chen was an older woman who lived alone next door. When Marcus first moved to the neighborhood, he had been worried about having neighbors so close. In his old apartment, he had not known anyone who lived near him. But now Marcus enjoyed having neighbors. Mrs. Chen brought them cookies. Mr. Johnson across the street helped Marcus fix his car. The family with young children down the block often played with Emma in the park. This was what community felt like. This was what Sophia had tried to teach him about. "Mrs. Chen," Emma said, running to the door. "Do you want to come in for tea? Sophia is teaching me how to make Guatemalan tea." "That sounds lovely," Mrs. Chen said. They all sat in the living room drinking tea and eating cookies. Mrs. Chen told them stories about the neighborhood and how it had changed over the years. Emma told Mrs. Chen about her school project. Sophia talked about her work at the foundation. Marcus listened to these conversations and felt peaceful. This was so different from the business dinners he used to attend. Those dinners had been about making deals and impressing people. These conversations were about connecting with each other and sharing their lives. After Mrs. Chen left, Marcus helped Emma with her homework. This was another thing he had never done before. In his old life, tutors and nannies had helped Emma with homework. But now Marcus enjoyed sitting with his daughter and learning along with her. "Papa," Emma said as they worked on her math problems, "are you happy we did not move to California?" "Very happy," Marcus said. "Are you happy?" "The happiest I have ever been," Emma said. "Well, except for when Mama was alive. But this is a different kind of happy." "What do you mean?" Marcus asked. Emma thought about this carefully. "When Mama was alive, I was happy because I did not know anything else," she said. "But now I am happy because I choose to be happy." Does that make sense? Marcus was amazed by his daughter's wisdom. "That makes perfect sense," he said. Later that evening, after Emma went to bed, Marcus and Sophia sat on the front porch. It was a warm spring night. They could hear children playing in the street and families talking in their backyards. The foundation is going well, Sophia said. We have already helped 20 families this month. I am proud of the work we are doing, Marcus said. But I want to ask you something. What is it? Sophia asked. Are you happy working with me? Marcus asked. I know I am very different from the people you usually work with. Sophia smiled. You are different, she said. But you are also the same. What do you mean? Marcus asked. When I first met you, I thought you were just another rich man who wanted to buy his way out of problems, Sophia said. But you were willing to learn. You were willing to change. That is what matters. Marcus thought about how much he had changed in the past year. He had learned to put Emma before his work. He had learned to care about people who were different from him. He had learned that money could not buy the most important things in life. Sophia, Marcus said, I want to thank you. For what? Sophia asked. For saving my daughter, Marcus said. For saving me. Sophia shook her head. I did not save you, she said. You saved yourself. I just showed you what was already in your heart. Marcus looked at his house. Through the window he could see Emma's drawings on the refrigerator. He could see the pictures they had taken at community events. He could see the books Emma was reading for school. This house was full of life and love and laughter. It was everything his old apartment had not been. Do you ever miss your old life? Sophia asked. Marcus thought about this question. Did he miss the penthouse apartment and the expensive restaurants and the business deals worth millions of dollars? No, Marcus said honestly. I do not miss it at all. Why not? Sophia asked. Because my old life was empty, Marcus said. I had everything money could buy, but I had nothing that really mattered. Marcus looked at Sophia. In the past year, she had become much more than Emma's tutor. She had become his friend and advisor and teacher. She had become part of their family. Sophia, Marcus said, can I ask you something else? Of course, Sophia said. Will you stay with us? Marcus asked. Not just as a teacher or foundation director. As family. Sophia's eyes filled with tears. I would love that, she said. The next week was Emma's school cultural fair. All the children were presenting projects about their families and heritage. Marcus and Sophia went together to watch Emma's presentation. Emma stood in front of her classroom wearing a traditional Guatemalan dress that Sophia's mother had made for her. She had learned to present her project in both English and Spanish. My name is Emma Hartwell, she said first in English, then in Spanish. I want to tell you about my family. Emma showed pictures of her mother and talked about how much she had loved her. She showed pictures of her father and talked about how he had learned to be a better papa. Then she showed pictures of Sophia and her family. This is Sophia, Emma said, pointing to a picture of Sophia teaching her to cook. Sophia came to our family when we needed her most. She taught me that families are not just about blood. Families are about love. Emma looked directly at Marcus and Sophia in the audience. Sophia taught my papa and me how to really live. She taught us that the best things in life are not things you can buy. The best things are the people you love and the community you belong to. Emma's presentation ended with a picture of all of them together at the community center. Marcus, Emma, Sophia, and Sophia's extended family, all smiling and happy and connected. This is my family now, Emma said. We are different colors and we come from different places and we speak different languages. But we love each other and take care of each other. That is what makes us a family. The whole classroom applauded.